Hey everybody, this is Chris again. I just wanted to come to you guys again and just talk a little. And this video is gonna be about basically why I love trucking. I used to deliver mail, or not really mail, I guess, newspapers, I guess is the correct term. But I was like 17, 18, and my stepdad, great man, he instilled a lot of ideas and values in my head, in particular savings, which I never gave him credit for. But him and my mom are now broke up. But yes, savings. He instilled a couple of ideas in my head, and savings was one of them. And I used to deliver newspapers, and I was saving like probably $100 a week, or $100 every 2 weeks. Not a lot of money, of course. And I had a job working at some warehouse. I can't remember which one, because I had a couple of warehouse jobs before I started truck driving. I can't remember the last one, but I was going through rough times. I was staying with them, and then I had got kicked out and started staying with my grandmother. And when I got down there, everybody in my family was starting to say, like, hey, we don't think he's gonna do anything in life. He's probably lost. He needs time to figure out what he wants to do. Just a whole bunch of stuff they were saying about me. And of course I was lost. I was young, dumb, naive, horny. Of course I'm all that today, but I was a lot more of that about like 7 or 8 years ago. But I was just like, I was smoking cigarettes heavily. I was broke, but I still had to come up with like the money to actually go out and buy the cigarettes and stuff. I was just going through like a hard time in my life. I had lost my car. Then once I lost my car, it had got repoed because I couldn't afford it. I had like a 2005 Dodge Magnum, the RT. So a lot of people pull up, hey, that thing got a Hemi. Yes, my Magnum did have a Hemi. But I graduated from that level. I don't longer think about cars in that way that I used to. Thanks to OTR. But and thanks to trucking in particular. But I had lost my car, and that made me basically lose my job. But I still had to pay child support. I still had, or wanted to buy cigarettes. I still had costs that were coming in, and I was just looking for jobs in the newspaper, and I was just like worried. I was stressed out, so I was smoking like a pack of cigarettes a day, and like I was just stressed out, not knowing where the next dollar was gonna come from, not knowing if I was gonna be able to pay my child support, just not knowing a lot of stuff. And of course I was young, so I wasn't beating up myself about not knowing. But I was going through the newspapers, and I just seen Central Refrigerated, CR England, and I never noticed a truck driver a day in my life before I started driving trucks. Never even looked up before. I know I had got into a road rage incident before when I was younger, and I had a Mustang and a truck driver had cut me off. That's the only time in my life I ever noticed truck drivers. I never noticed the truck driver before that, and I never noticed the truck driver after that. And I used to drive trucks in the military. I was an 88 Mike or 88M for the civilians. And all we used to haul was JP8 and the tanker and the 48-foot tankers. And unfortunately, my hazmat does not transfer over to the civilian world. So that hazmat is only good in the military world. But yeah, that sucks. But yeah, all we were hauling was JP8s and JP8 fuel, and all that is just tank fuel or aircraft fuel. That's all that is. Tanks, the M1 Bradley, they have aircraft engines inside of them. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but yeah, they have aircraft engines inside of them. So we were just hauling around JP8 fuel. I never did any time or anything, or any deployments or anything. I was pretty much scared, just to be honest. I was young, just heard a lot of crazy stories, so I never did any of that. But that's another video, I guess. But I was just going through hard times, and I just stumbled across a bunch of like truck driving jobs in the newspaper, and I had just decided to call Central Refrigerated. Now they are Swift Transportation. Swift bought them, I think, in 2012 or 2013 or something, but it was a while ago. And I think it was around February of one of those years, because it was around my birthday that they had bought Central Refrigerated. And but I just decided to call them, and I was just being straight up and honest with my recruiter. I was saying that I was going through hard times. I don't know if I'm going to be homeless, because my family was just like, they were just saying, hey, you can't keep on staying here. And I was hurt by my granddad when he was approaching me with all of that stuff. He was saying that I basically couldn't stay there, and like he doesn't want me to be like a bad influence on the younger kids that were growing up down there. And I completely understand, but I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way when I was hearing it for the first time. So I decided to call them. I decided to call Central Refrigerated and a couple other jobs or truck driving companies. And I just told them my situation. Hey, I'm just going through hard times. I don't know if I'll be homeless here pretty soon. And the recruiter was saying, have you ever drove trucks before? And I never even known or thought about have I drove trucks before. And I was like, yes, I drove them for the military, but our trucks weren't near, or the truck that I was driving wasn't nearly as big as the civilian trucks. We didn't have all these luxuries that the civilian trucks had. There are some military trucks that do, but the trucks that I was driving, the M915s, the M910s, yes, I'm not sure if the M910s is the correct way, because I was honorably discharged, but I think they were called the M910s, and I know some of them were called the M915s, but I told her, yeah, I did, and she was saying that I can get you through the door, and all you have to do is take a Greyhound here to us. Just make sure that you have A, B, C, and D. And I never watched a YouTube trucker or anything like that. I didn't like get any advice online. I didn't do any research or nothing. In hindsight, I should have, because I made a couple of mistakes. But I was just going through all of that and telling her my situation, and she was saying she can get me through the door, and I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me what I gotta do, when I gotta be at the Greyhound bus station. And she told me everything that I needed to do. And once I got into trucking, like, it allowed me to escape everything back at home. Like, I was able to stop smoking cigarettes, able to stop drinking as much as I did. I was able to escape all of the hood mentality that was around me, all of that brings. I'm not sure if any one of you guys ever grew up in the hood or the trailer park, because from what I know, the trailer park is pretty much the same, or yeah, what I've been hearing, the trailer park is pretty much the same as the hood. I don't know, but yeah, from what I've been hearing, it is pretty much the same, and it allowed me to escape everything. Like, when I say everything, it allowed me to escape the things that was on the corner, all the shooting. It allowed me to escape all the arguing back and forth between my family, all the arguing that you can hear on the streets. It allowed me to escape the whole gang mentality, the who's harder than you, you know what I'm saying, the real people, who's more real, you know. Like, it allowed me to escape so much and make money. Like, I don't know, like, trucking is like, was great for me. If it wasn't for trucking, I don't know what I would be doing. Like, I have no idea. I tried a lot of illegal stuff. I've done a lot of illegal stuff, and like, trucking was just like the answer from God for me. It really was. Like, trucking was just like great. I can't even explain how much of a lifesaver trucking was for me. Trucking had allowed me to escape everything that I didn't want in my life, but at the same time, everything that I didn't know I wanted in my life. I thought I wanted to be some hood nigga, quote unquote, you know, like walking around real, smoking weed all the time, all that stuff. Like, trucking allowed me to escape all of that stuff with just one call to a recruiter. By like a week or two, I was in Salt Lake City, and they're training me on my new career. And trucking allows me, my age, since I have no real bills to speak of. I don't have a mortgage or rent or car bills or anything like that. That's been my philosophy way before I heard it from any truck driver on YouTube. So I wouldn't be surprised if I had more money than a lot of truck drivers on YouTube. But yeah, trucking, it's allowed me to save so much money and like invest a lot of money as well. So like, thanks to trucking, I know what I want to do in life. You know, trucking has showed me what I really want to do in life, and hopefully, if I'm successful at it, then that'll be like what I would be doing after my trucking career. But I love trucking because it allowed me to escape everything. It put me into a way better position. I have a little baby girl, or I had a little baby girl. She's 8 years old now, but I have a baby girl. To me, she's always gonna be my baby. So yeah, I have a baby girl, and like I don't have to worry about like going to a store and spending whatever amount of hundreds of dollars on her just because of trucking. If I was in any other job, I would have to worry about my rent or mortgage or whatever, and then worry about like carrying her shopping and all of that. With trucking, I don't have to worry about nothing like really financial. Yeah, which is great. But and of course, there's a lot of other reasons why I love trucking, and but yeah, like those are the reasons I can think of right now. But yeah, hey man, that's why I love trucking. Make sure you subscribe and click the like button and add comments. I'll be dedicated to YouTube, especially if I get the numbers up there. But yeah, man, just make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification just in case I go live or something. And you guys have a good day. I'm out.